Don't you worry, don't you cry. I can promise it gets better in time. Keep your head up, keep your shine. Hold my hand up, it gets better in time.
Hi guys, I'm Ree. Welcome back to my channel. If you are new, babe, hit the subscribe button because you're gonna want to stay. If you're returning, hey besties, it's so good to see you guys again. We are getting into a super quick meal prep with simple ingredients you can find in your pantry, tons of flavor, and we're also gonna be hitting our protein macro for the day, which is amazing. I'm hitting you guys with 3 recipes. The first thing we have is a chicken sausage protein pasta that's packed with protein, flavor, and all of the yummy things we look for in a good pasta dish. The second recipe is a quick and easy granola. Gone are the days where I'm gonna be spending my money on buying store-made granola when I have everything in the house to already make it. It was quick, delicious, and honestly, you won't wanna go back. You'll be making your own granola in no time. And the third recipe is a quick and easy chipotle dupe for a steak bowl. It's packed with steak and all of the glorious fixins that we get when we go to Chipotle. So guacamole, pico, corn, and we're doing it all through the use of shortcuts and saving money while we're at it. You guys can pause right here to read my disclaimer. You guys already know the drill. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into this meal prep.
So first up, we are going to be making some protein pasta. This has become one of my favorite dishes to add to my meal rotation, and trust me, you'll love it too. Of course, to make protein pasta, we have to boil some water. So here I am just filling a pot with some water and seasoning it generously with salt and allowing it to come to a boil. Next, we're making our sauce, so go grab your favorite pasta sauce. I like the Bertolli olive oil and garlic, but you can grab the one that you like. And then get you some seasonings that you like. I kept mine simple with salt, oregano, black pepper, garlic powder, and red pepper flakes because you know she's that girl. And now to make this protein pasta have even more protein, we're adding some low-fat cottage cheese that's going to boost the protein count and give it that creaminess that we all desire in a pasta. I'm gonna go ahead and measure out all of my ingredients. I'm not gonna lie, the look of cottage cheese will never sit right with my spirit, but I promise you, you don't taste it. It's just kind of like a secret ingredient, so shh. Now you're gonna go ahead and add all of your sauce ingredients into your blender and blend it until smooth. Okay, hear me when I say smooth, because if I catch a chunk of cottage cheese floating around in there, I'm throwing the whole thing away. Just no. You want her to look silky and smooth and not chunky. Like this. Yeah. No chunks to be found. Now that our pasta water is boiled, I'm using the Bonza penne pasta, which I absolutely love. This is my favorite protein pasta. I just like the texture and the taste better than the others. And we're gonna boil it for about 7 minutes. As the pasta is boiling, I'm gonna be using some chicken sausage as my, I can't even say protein of choice because literally every element of this has protein in it, but my meat of choice. I'm just gonna unwrap each one of them and then chop them into chunks. You already know the drill. Drain your pasta and give it a really good rinse. Make sure that there's no excess water in the pasta because we don't want the sauce to become runny. Add it back to your pot, pour over the creamy sauce, and mix really well. I like my pasta really saucy, which is why there's extra sauce, but I also feel good about it because it's gonna help me meet my protein requirements, so I don't mind at all. But if you like a drier pasta or less saucy pasta, just add less of it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and quickly brown my sausage. You technically don't have to do this, but I feel like brown meat tastes good. Like, this is raw. Like, I feel like it's raw if you don't cook it. It took me a maximum of maybe 3 minutes, so it's not a long step. Plus my skillet was on pretty high, so it was a short process. Now for my favorite part is the plating. I definitely spilled sauce. I know you know that, but I just had to throw it out there. And I know you see it on the front right container. The sauce was just everywhere, but that's all right. No, it's not. I can't even lie. Now look at my counter. Just look at it. Ugh. And of course, I managed to not get it all in one swipe. It's just like, Help me out. Now I cut the sausage into 8 pieces, so I'm just putting 8 pieces of sausage onto each portion, and that's how I know I distributed the protein evenly. And then I'm topping it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and some parsley flakes for some color, and boom, here is your new favorite protein pasta. Next up, we are making some quick and easy granola. Let me just tell you this. I need to stop spending money on things that I can make at home. Like, there's literally no point for me to keep buying granola if I have all the ingredients. So that's what we're doing here. So we have just some basic ingredients of oats, shredded coconut, almonds, cinnamon, vanilla, salt, coconut oil, and honey. And we're just gonna mix it up really, really well until everything is well coated in the honey and coconut oil. And then we're gonna pop it in the oven for literally like, I think mine was in there for about 25 minutes. Just go look at the recipe. I can't remember offhand. I believe it was in there for 25 to 30 minutes, and I just baked it for that long at 325 degrees, and she was so good. Definitely be sure to put down some parchment paper before baking, because who wants to do all of this work just for the work to stay stuck to the pan? Yeah, not me. And I also don't feel like cleaning this pan, so parchment paper is the way to go. Make sure that you keep the mixture close together, but try to get it in a single layer so it doesn't steam, and then allow it to do its thing in the oven. Once you take it from out of the oven, allow it to cool for about 20 minutes so that it's nice and crunchy, and it makes the crumbling process very quick and easy. I loved this process. There was just something very therapeutic about breaking the entire thing and then crumbling it up. I don't know, like if you're having a bad day and you just need to like crumble or destroy something, this is the way to go. Now that it's all crumbled up, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer the granola into some meal prep containers. They hold up really, really well. I've had it for about 7 days and it's still very fresh and crunchy. One of my favorite ways to have the granola is piled high on some yogurt. And yes, I'm seasoning my yogurt with cinnamon because I don't like the taste of this yogurt on its own. You know, we just season with love over here. But anyway, just pile the granola high over your yogurt and then top it with the fruit of choice. Mine was raspberries. And y'all, I'm never buying granola again. And for the last meal, I am making a very, very, very quick and easy steak chipotle inspired bowl, or however you want to say it. It's got all the shortcuts. I'm just making a really quick pico de gallo, which you guys have seen me make on my channel a ton. I just chopped up half of a red onion, 1 whole tomato, a little bit of jalapeno, cilantro, and then we're gonna put it all in a bowl, toss it with seasonings and lime juice, and there you go. There you have it, pico de gallo. All right, now I'm about to finesse a quick marinade for my steak because I wanted to like spice it up a little bit. So I'm adding a tablespoon of olive oil, about a tablespoon and a half of soy sauce. Well, on the screen it'll tell you two, but I feel like I could have done with only a tablespoon and a half. And then look at the mess I'm already making. Great. Then I'm adding the juice of 1 whole lime. This lime was pretty juicy, which was good. And then I'm using seasonings such as chili powder, black pepper, cumin, and cilantro, and of course some garlic, and just a drizzle of honey, like not even a teaspoon, just like a little bit of it, and give it a really, really good mix until everything's all combined. Then get your steak. I'm using a New York strip steak, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour the marinade on top. Make sure that the meat is good and covered in the sauce, and allow it to marinate for about 30 to 45 minutes. Now, I told you guys this has all the shortcuts. I'm using this frozen roasted corn from Trader Joe's because Trader Joe's is the greatest store ever. Always coming through with all the hacks. And I'm just gonna pop some in a bowl, splash in some water, and microwave it for about 3 minutes. Then it's time to sear our steak. Do you hear the sizzle? Do you hear it? I'm also going to add the leftover marinade so that I can create a sauce. Now, just remember that there is honey in it, so it will burn a little bit, but that's okay. I slowly but surely just added about 2 cups of water throughout the entire process. I added it in about half-cup increments. That way nothing burned. You'll see these little like dark crispy bits. That's okay. You want that. And as you add water, they'll continue to dissolve and then create this nice little like sauce for the steak. So you're just gonna do this. Keep your eye on it. You can prepare your steak however you want to at this time. I won't grind you up for eating red meat, okay, because mine was a little bit pink. I didn't want to overcook it. This is how she turned out. Like the glaze sauce on it was chef's kiss. Then it's important that you let your steak rest for about 20 minutes so that all the juices can redistribute, and then you can go ahead and slice it however you would like. And you guys, I felt like a little grill master over here. Not that I had a grill or anything, but I just felt like this meat looked very professional. Like, oh, it's giving Chef Boyardee. Chef Boyardee. All right, I'll stop now. Now it's time to assemble. I'm using a bed of romaine and topping with some black beans, the roasted corn, pico de gallo, steak, cheese, and guacamole. And you guys, I need to start my own chipotle business because, wow. Like, why spend money on it when you can just make it? I literally cannot get over the way this bowl looks, but more importantly, how it tasted. Like, Chipotle who? Yeah. Anyway, this is basically going to conclude this week's meal prep. If you guys enjoyed it, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Also, be sure to turn on your post notifications. That way you can be notified every time I drop a new video. And until next time, babes, I'll see you in my next.